Do you want to see the real Europe? Forget the big cities and join us on a trip to explore the most unique and beautiful small towns in Europe. Get ready for authentic experiences and jaw-dropping scenery. By the end of our journey, you'll learn something new and be eager to visit or revisit these cute small towns again. Our journey begins on Italy's famous Amalfi Coast in the enchanting town of Positano. Check out these stunning cliffs with colourful houses stacked up and down, like a fairy tale. And the bright blue water below is just perfect. Isn't this place amazing? Let's wander through Positano's charming little streets. Imagine walking on paths overflowing with bright pink, purple, and maybe even orange flowers. These are bougainvillea and they're everywhere here. It's like a mix of old-fashioned buildings and beautiful things made by local craftspeople. Don't forget to look out for the famous Church of Santa Maria Assunta. You can't miss its distinctive dome. This church is super old and tells the story of Positano's rich history. After all that walking, let's hit the beach. Positano is famous for its pebble beaches like Spiaggia Grande and Fornillo. Imagine chilling on smooth stones, looking out at the amazing blue water. It's pure relaxation in the Mediterranean sun. No wonder Positano has inspired so many artists and travelers. And who knew those cute, colorful houses had another job? It turns out Positano used to be a super important port town in the Middle Ages, kind of like a shopping center for ships. They were part of a bigger area called the Amalfi Republic. Since the coast is all rocky and curvy, those painted houses helped sailors find their way back home safely. Pretty smart, huh? This pyramid-shaped peak you see is the Matterhorn, one of the most photographed mountains in the world and an iconic symbol of Switzerland. It's really tall, reaching almost 4,500 meters. Right below the shadow of the Matterhorn is Zermatt, a cozy town tucked away in the Swiss Alps. It's like a postcard come to life, with beautiful meadows and sparkling lakes. But Zermatt is more than just pretty views. It's a super fun place for adventure lovers. Would you rather go skiing, snowboarding, or hiking in this mountain paradise? The town itself is adorable. Narrow streets wind through it, lined with Swiss chalets. These traditional wooden houses have slanted roofs, kind of like gingerbread houses, but bigger. Zermatt takes pride in preserving its old-time feel, so new buildings have to match the town's historic architecture. It's a great place to wander around and soak up the peaceful mountain atmosphere. Zermatt champions clean air. They banned cars in the town back in the early 1900s. Instead, they use electric buses and even horse-drawn carriages to get around. This keeps the air fresh and makes Zermatt a more peaceful place to visit. Sounds pretty idyllic, doesn't it? But Zermatt offers more than just beauty and fresh air. It's also a cultural melting pot. The locals speak Swiss German, a unique dialect, and celebrate traditions from the Alpine region. Festivals with music, dancing, and delicious food showcase this vibrant mix. Zermatt is also famous for its craftsmanship, from intricate wood carvings to precision Swiss watches. It's a place rich in culture and tradition. When you first heard the word volcanic caldera, what came to your mind? You might have imagined a rugged, barren landscape shaped by ancient eruptions. But Oya surprises you. Located on the northern tip of Santorini, Greece, it shows how a volcanic caldera can transform into one of the world's most picturesque and culturally rich destinations. Oia offers breathtaking views of the Aegean Sea and cliffs that shine under the Mediterranean sun. Its beautiful Cycladic architecture, whitewashed buildings with blue-domed churches and narrow, winding streets, captivates visitors as they explore the cliffside. The rugged cliffs meet the sparkling waters, creating a backdrop that seems almost too beautiful to be real. Every night, the town puts on a free light show, the sunset. The sky explodes with all sorts of colors and everyone comes out to see it. It's like a giant, fiery painting. What do you think makes Oia more than just beautiful? The cool vibe. There are art galleries filled with amazing creations, little shops selling unique souvenirs, and local craftspeople making all sorts of neat things. It's a feast for the eyes and a fun place to explore. Have you ever wondered who built Oia and why? Well, the folks who built Oia were pretty smart. Being up high meant they could see any pirate ships coming and get ready to defend themselves. Plus, the volcanic soil up there is amazing for growing grapes. They've been doing it for thousands of years, which they use to make super tasty wines with a special volcanic flavor. Oia wasn't always just a pretty vacation spot. Back in the day, it was a busy trading center because it was close to all the important shipping lanes in the Aegean Sea. Think of it like a giant highway for boats. The narrow streets and cozy buildings helped keep people safe from bad guys and also fit the island style perfectly. Ever wondered what it would be like to live in a place with canals instead of streets? There are actually a few towns around the world like that. Today, we're taking a trip to one of the coolest ones, Giethoorn, the Netherlands. Imagine gliding through a network of calm canals in a little boat, passing charming houses with straw roofs. Everywhere you look, there are small bridges, over 180 of them, connecting everything. You can explore all the nooks and crannies of this charming village. Pretty incredible, right? You might be wondering, why canals? Believe it or not, these were actually dug out by monks hundreds of years ago. They were looking for something called peat, which is kind of like dirt that can be burned for fuel. Even though they were after something different, they ended up creating this amazing water world we see today. Forget noisy cars, this village is car-free. Yep, that's right, no traffic jams here. You can only explore by boat or by walking on the cute little paths. Imagine cruising down the canals, listening to the gentle splash of water and maybe even hearing a friendly quack from a duck. Sounds super relaxing, right? This car-free zone makes Giethoorn a super peaceful place to visit. And those cool, pointy roofs on the traditional Dutch farmhouses aren't just there for looks. They're actually made from reeds or straw, and they're like super-powered blankets for the houses. They keep the houses warm in the winter and cool in the summer. Pretty smart, right? But wait, there's more. Giethoorn is actually surrounded by a beautiful nature area with lakes, meadows, and even forests. The best way to see all this beauty? Hop on a boat for a relaxing ride, like a mini nature cruise. Imagine cruising through the canals and then spotting a deer peeking out from the trees or hearing birds singing in the fresh air. Pretty cool, right? We're now on a train ride through Switzerland, chugging our way to the charming village of Lauterbrunnen. This place is like the front door to the amazing Swiss Alps. Get ready for mountains, fresh air, and maybe even some adventure. First things first, the views. Look out the window. See those giant mountains reaching way up into the sky? Those are the famous Eiger, Mönch and Jungfrau, a super cool trio that forms an amazing backdrop for the Lauterbrunnen Valley we're about to explore. And guess what else? Lauterbrunnen Valley is like a waterfall wonderland. There are tons of them here, including the giant Staubach Falls. Imagine water crashing down huge cliffs surrounded by super green mountains. Pretty amazing, right? You gotta see it to believe it. Lauterbrunnen isn't just about the waterfalls and mountains, it's also a super peaceful little village. Picture this. Cozy wooden cabins with flower boxes bursting with colourful blooms. Sounds pretty chill, right? This charming village is perfect for relaxing and soaking up the fresh mountain air. Hold on, adventure seekers. Lauterbrunnen isn't just for chilling. Love to hike? Lauterbrunnen has a ton of trails that twist through pretty meadows and past waterfalls. The views are insane. For the ski bunnies out there, the slopes here are famous. Imagine racing down with those epic mountains all around you. Super cool, right? And if you're feeling super daring, how about paragliding? You can fly like a bird over the entire valley and see everything from above. Would you try it? Ever seen a harbour filled with boats painted like rainbows? That's Marsaxloch, a cute fishing village in Malta. The local boats, called luzu, come in all sorts of bright colours and sometimes even have a special symbol, Eye of Osiris, on them to keep the fishermen safe. People have been fishing here for ages, and some families even use the same boats their grandparents did. Speaking of fishing, Sundays are especially fun because that's when they have a giant fish market. Fresh seafood, local crafts, and delicious Maltese food. It's a treat for your eyes, nose and tummy. But Marsaxloch isn't just about fish. With roots dating back to the Phoenician and Roman eras, history buffs love Marsaxloch too. There are really old forts and towers here that show how Malta protected itself from attackers hundreds of years ago. Feeling hungry? Grab a seat at a restaurant right on the water. You can enjoy yummy seafood while looking out at the beautiful harbour. Marsaxloch is way more relaxed than some crowded tourist spots. Here, things move a bit slower and the locals are super friendly. Want to go for a swim? There's a natural pool nearby called St. Peter's Pool, all carved right out of the rocks. After your swim, explore the village's adorable houses and churches. They're perfect for photos. So, if you're looking for a place with amazing views, delicious food and a cool history, Marsaxloch is the place to be. Think Norway is all about fjords and Vikings? Well, get ready to be surprised. Lofoten Islands have something special, a hidden village called Rhina. Up north, far beyond the Arctic Circle, Rhina feels like a world away from busy life. This small fishing village is like stepping back in time, with a history going way back. People there have fished the cold waters around Norway for many generations. Fishing is what they've always done to make a living. You can still see the cool old fishing cabins, called rorbuer, right on the water's edge. These colourful wooden houses built on stilts are a sign of Reiner's long history with the sea. Reiner isn't stuck in the past though. While it's still a cute fishing village, it's become super famous. You might have even seen it in a magazine or movie. The reason is clear. Incredible scenery. Think sharp mountains reaching for the sky, reflected perfectly in the calm fjords below. The air is clean and fresh, like breathing in pure energy. No wonder photographers and nature lovers love Reiner. It's like stepping into a real-life fairy tale. But Reiner's magic doesn't stop there. In winter, the skies come alive with the Northern Lights, a breathtaking light show that paints the sky with vibrant colours. During summer, thanks to Reiner's location way up north, you can experience the midnight sun. The sun never fully sets, creating an endless twilight that allows you to explore the village and its surroundings 24/7. A truly unique experience. Reiner isn't just for admiring. Get your adventure on with all sorts of activities. Hike the amazing mountains around town, try your luck fishing in the fjords, just like the locals have for generations, or kayak on the calm water surrounded by Reiner's beauty. Hallstatt, China, is celebrated for its unparalleled natural beauty and charming alpine village ambience. All right, hold on a minute. Hallstatt in China? Did someone mix up their maps? We're talking about the real deal here, folks, nestled snug in the heart of Austria. Hallstatt is so iconic, beautiful and popular that China actually built a full-scale replica. But forget the knockoffs. Let's delve into the magic of Hallstatt, Austria, the Pearl of the Alps. Imagine a place nestled between a calm lake, Hallstätter Sea, and towering snowy mountains, Dachstein Alps, that boasts breathtaking vistas from every angle. This charming town is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, famous for its incredible views and its well-preserved historic architecture. Colourful traditional wooden houses with flowers line the pretty lakeside walkways. Everywhere you look, it's like a postcard. But Hallstatt isn't just about beauty, it's also packed with history. This town has been around for ages, even dating back thousands of years. You can even visit the old salt mines that helped make Hallstatt prosperous for centuries. Hallstatt's small size and strict building rules have kept it looking like it always has, a charming village full of history and beautiful buildings. This, along with its romantic atmosphere, has made it a super popular spot for weddings and couples getaways. No wonder it's known as one of the most romantic and picturesque villages in Europe. Since Hallstatt is so small and car-free, it's perfect for exploring on foot. Imagine strolling down narrow streets lined with cute cafes, little shops selling handmade crafts, and museums that tell the story of Hallstatt's fascinating history and local skills. It's a great way to soak up the village's charm and culture. Hallstatt might be all over social media and travel blogs these days, and you might be thinking, isn't that a bit cliche? Well, it's so beautiful, we just had to include it in this video. There's a reason it's become so popular. The pictures just don't do it justice. Have you ever seen a town that looks like it's hanging off a cliff? Get ready to be amazed by Ronda, Spain, a place renowned for its jaw-dropping beauty and rich history. This incredible town is perched right on top of the El Tajo Gorge, carved by the Guadalquivir River. Just imagine the views, pretty amazing, right? And speaking of amazing, check out the Puente Nuevo Bridge. This 18th century masterpiece is basically a superhero of bridges, connecting the old and new parts of Ronda. It's strong, it's beautiful, and it took over 40 years to build. That's some serious dedication by the builders back in the day. But Ronda isn't just about bridges and crazy gorges, although those are pretty epic, gotta admit. The real magic happens when you wander into the old town. Imagine a maze of charming little streets, all winding this way and that. The buildings are painted this bright white. It's like stepping into a postcard. There's cozy cafes around every corner, perfect for grabbing a coffee and soaking up the atmosphere. And there's more to Ronda than meets the eye. Beneath the bustling streets lies a whole hidden world, a network of tunnels and passages. Imagine secret escape routes snaking underground. These tunnels were built way back when to protect the town during times of trouble because, towns needed ways to defend themselves then. Pretty cool, right? Kind of like something Indiana Jones would explore. And if you love nature, you'll be spoiled in Ronda. The town is surrounded by rolling hills, olive groves, and vineyards, perfect for getting lost in the beauty and snapping some Insta-worthy pics. Ronda is like a real-life inspiration board for riders. Famous riders loved hanging out here. Think amazing cliffs, charming old buildings, and a long history. Basically everything a rider needs to get those creative juices flowing. Their stories set in Ronda became super popular. No wonder this town is so famous for inspiring riders. Alright, we've saved the best for last. This final destination is unlike anything you've seen before. It's straight out of a storybook, but with a surprising twist instead of the usual castles. Imagine yourself in Italy, strolling through a charming town called Alberobello. Instead of regular houses, picture rows of little white homes that look just like giant mushrooms. These unique buildings are called trulli, with round, whitewashed stone walls and pointy cone roofs. And don't let the whimsical look fool you. These trulli houses are surprisingly sturdy. They're built like puzzles, using local stone carefully stacked together without any need for glue. This clever building technique is incredibly old, a testament to the ingenuity of the people who built them. Pretty neat, isn't it? Ah, those aren't just cool pictures, they're like a secret code on the roofs. You're right, some trulli have symbols painted on them, like crosses, moons, and even zodiac signs. These symbols are like messages left behind by the families who live there. Imagine each symbol being a little wish for good luck, protection, or maybe even a nod to their favorite constellation. It's a fun way to connect with the history of the place. These trulli houses are like time capsules, standing strong since the 14th century. But here's the coolest part. Legend has it they were built with a bit of a tax-dodging trick up their sleeves. The story goes that the clever builders made them easy to disassemble quickly, like a giant Lego set. This way, if the taxman came knocking, they could disappear the house and avoid paying on a new building. Pretty sneaky, huh? These days, instead of hiding from taxes, they're the stars of Alberobello. Many have been lovingly restored and transformed into shops, restaurants, even hotels. Imagine waking up in your own cozy trolley room, the sunlight filtering through the round windows, feeling like you've stepped back in time. It's a unique way to experience a piece of history and get a taste of local life in Alberobello. And there you have it. 10 most beautiful small towns in Europe. Which one is your favorite and why? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this journey with us, don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button, and check out other amazing travel videos on our channel. Discover the world, explore the extraordinary. See you in the next adventure.